Hello everyone and welcome to Grey Hammer. Today we're going to be doing our kind of tour of Australia with our Australian section. I did my best to clean up everything that I could. Also, I'm going to be playing this on pause so that franchise stuff doesn't happen. So please forgive me for that, but we will have cinematics in the end if you want to see the zoo kind of at regular pace. So I guess to start off, you start off in this restaurant, and then you enter into the Australian section. Probably should work on that a little bit more. And the first thing you see was you've got your dingoes in here, but I don't, despite what my guests seem to indicate, they are not over there. Also, I don't know why I'm now above them, but that's even better. Cassowary is in here. So this is kind of the first animal you're likely to see. And they do have a baby in here somewhere. You'll get some pictures of it in the cinematics. You can look at the kiwi in here. And they've got a little bit more of a privacy glass. So they're a little bit more difficult to make, but there's one there, there's one there. We've got two babies currently, I think. So there should be one more in here. But I really like this habitat. I think it works pretty well, despite the fact that usually they're kept indoors. And you can get some more views of the dingo. Speaking of which, if we come out here, you can get a really good view of the dingoes. So here you are. And so we get kind of a little bit easier to kind of track different places where the dingoes are. And then we can see this guy right here. I really am happy with this habitat. I think I have improved a little bit since then, but it's one of the ones that helped me get a lot of viewers to the channel, so I'm going to keep improving, but I'm really still happy with it. As I'm happy with this kind of... I don't know what's happening there, but emu enclosure. These guys are hard to manage. I just figured out from ZSH Plays that you can slow down animal growth in franchise, so that's happening now. So hopefully we'll get less babies and less managing. And here's your other... This is like a pavilion area. We've already covered it, but I just want to kind of cover it. I fixed a lot of the floating rocks problems. We got our two dingoes. And then we've got this very ugly bathrooms that is just trying to get people to go this way. It may not be necessary anymore. Same with these vending machines. We might still work on different areas, but here we've got a little garden to our staff area. We can start to see other parts of the exhibit, but before we go that way, let's just real quick. This is kind of how you can see the interior for the dingoes. We've got this one-way glass. Nobody in there right now. It is a little cracked, unfortunate. And we can get another view of the dingoes from here, though I don't think, yeah. They can use those parts, which is why the fence has to be up there. And we'll go and look at that in a little bit. That's not complete, because it's going to get us into Asia. But this is kind of just generally getting us an idea of we're entering into kind of a forest area. This is a better bathroom. It's still not great. But in here, we get our koalas, and we can view them. Being all janky, as Planet Zoo climbing animals are. We'll go up to the top viewing. I don't know if any of them are up there right now. We should have a breeding pair and their young. So up here we've got kind of a talk and a little bit way to kind of get into the trees. This would probably be better with just different ape species, and capuchins especially, because they just climb more. but it works. For some odd reason, it's really shaky on the camera, so we're not going to stay there for too long. Ah, there is one thing I forgot to fix, and that is, we'll be getting to it soon. So you kind of come along here, you get some nice views. You get some views of our bridge. Whoa! Hold on one second. Alright, we're back. Don't know what was happening there, but you can kind of tell we're getting into the rainforest, and you get this beautiful bridge. In my opinion, that's a beautiful bridge. Clicked the wrong key. And our first habitat right over here. We also need to fix that. That's my bad. First habitat right over here, we've got our quokkas. No, our zoom was already pretty high, but you can get one view of one right here. Pretty happy with using this mulch. Probably should have cleaned up that edge a little bit. Trying to figure out how to make that work, but they're just kind of living on in here. Big fan of the quokkas. Their model's really good. Look, happy people. So we've got, yeah, this is kind of what I forgot to fix. Is I could have fixed that there, but you know, it kind of works. These beams don't work as well, but in here we've got our wallabies and kangaroos. Lots and lots of wallabies and kangaroos, and you can go on the outside as well, but that's not nearly as fun. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's a pretty basic habitat. I wouldn't say that it's crazy, like, detailed, but not all habitats have to be crazy detailed. I really need to figure out how to do stuff on the outside of the zoo, because right here, this view is not great. But when we come over here, we've got our wombat. And it looks like they're going to be right here, just very nicely showing off. And we've got our little baby there. This one I'm pretty happy about. But if we go back, which is quite a walk, I guess probably aren't going to want to walk all the way over there, so I might create some side paths. But we're going to go to our kind of gift shop, concession stand, restaurant-y place. I don't think guests actually have come up here, really. But if you come in here, we've got a walk up here. Oh! I'm wrong. So we've got kind of our restaurant area here, kind of talking about conservation, and you can pick some drinks and stuff. And then if you come over here, you can kind of look down into the habitat through these bars, see the different kangaroos and wallabies. But enough of that. As much as I like this area... Oh, shoot! I've messed up. Oh, I thought that wall was closer. That's my bad. That should have been fixed. All the things you learned that you messed up. It's unfortunate. But here we go, kind of, you can tell we're getting into more tropic areas. That is quite the mustache, sir. You can kind of get your first peek into the habitat here, that you're not supposed to climb up that rock, but I did. But here's kind of our first habitat. I kind of updated the viewing area here quite a bit. These are kind of custom benches. And then I added this barrier here, but you can look on into there. Trying to see... Yeah, there we go. There's some penguins. We actually had this group not reproduce as quickly as I wanted them to, but hopefully we fixed that. think there is a baby right there. They are super cute. So, we got plenty of penguins. For some odd reason, they're just walking and not swimming. But, oh, there's one right there. We'll get other views from them as well. We'll also take a peek across the bridge, but that will be later. We've got some more bathrooms here. Not the prettiest building, but kind of a generic one that I've kind of built up. And then this is just kind of trying to look as volcanic as possible. And you come to our first exhibit in here, which is our Tasmanian devils, which of course they're pooping. They seem to be always pooping. I don't know if you can see the one back there, but you know. Oh, there he is. So we've got these two. I really like this enclosure. I think it looks pretty realistic. I'll be doing other things to make sections look more realistic in the future, but this is our platypus, which is kind of our high budget exhibit for this area. The Tasmanian Devils one is definitely a low budget style. But the platypus, we wanted to go all out because we would be considered one of the only zoos that has platypus. And so there they are. We've got Perry and Candace, thanks to Maury. If you show up on my streams and want to name the animals, you can. We can get some viewings of the penguins from here and the viewing dome. I've already done some cinematic shots in the viewing dome, so I'll let y'all view the viewing dome from that angle. And then if you come here, you can see the interior. This also needed to be fixed. Haribo's netting is great, but it only fits my building so much. This is your underwater viewing for the penguins. They don't actually come in there very often, even though they can. And then we've got the common death adder in here, and the eastern brown snake in there. And then the burrowing cockroach, and the definitely Philippine or Indonesian blue-tongued skink, not the Australian one. Yeah, that was just a mistake on me thinking that there were two jungle and two desert types, so I built two jungle and two desert habitats and realized later, oh wait, it's 3 desert, 1 jungle. But we got all our foxes out, flying foxes out here. This is a zoo entrance. There will eventually be a guest spawner over there. I just wanted to give y'all a view of this parking lot now, which I'm pretty proud of. And kind of our front entrance to the, or our Australian entrance to the zoo now, which I think looks significantly better than it used to. We've got a lot of stuff we're working on in the future, so stay tuned for that. Next episode, we're starting our Asia section, which will be really fun. So if we get past here, as we're touring this zoo, before we go out the other side, I want to go across the bridge because that will show us another part of our mainly Australian section. I also cleaned up the way that this bridge kind of connects. I don't know if we'll get any good views of the crocodiles. We get some good views of some floating bamboo. Always stuff that you realize after the fact. No matter how much editing stuff down, you realize you haven't fixed everything. This will eventually be our Asian section, but I closed it off to guest because, I don't know, they don't seem to... They like to go that way over all else. Here's a way you can get to other places in the zoo, and it now has this kind of tunnel, which will kind of just get us a general idea of entering into Asia. But we're not going that way because it's not polished up. So we will go this way. So sorry if I'm just sprinting through here, we've already seen this. Now we're entering kind of the transition area from Asia, from Australia into Asia. We still got Australian animals over here, but we've got some Asian as well. So here we are. This I didn't fix, apparently. That needs to be fixed for sure. We've got the saltwater crocodiles in here. We've got babies, so If you don't see any in here, then we'll do some cinematic shots as well. Because you're not guaranteed to see the animals. Here we are with our Komodo dragons. Somewhere. They're always hiding from me. There we are. I was about to say, we have babies, we have adults. And they're all hanging out over here. So this is kind of the humid side to their enclosure, and the other side's kind of their dry area. We got all the baby Komodo dragons, which would most definitely not be kept with adult Komodo dragons. Here's kind of some staff access. And then we kind of go to our gharials. I don't really want to do too much of a sneak peek for what's next, but it's pretty exciting. There we are with our gharials. So that's our big male. And then chances are our females and the babies are over this way. But maybe not. Yeah. Don't know where they are. We're not going to take too much of a peek of this next area. Just wanted to show that we've kind of cleaned up this area. I'm really excited about where it goes in the future. But I'm going to leave you here with some cinematic shots of the animals, get you the general idea of what the zoo looks like. And yeah, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be working on our Asian section next, and I'm really excited about it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, y'all.